The squash that you see here is planted in almost pure compost. And one of the ways, besides this canopy that's also keeping down weeds, one of the ways I keep weeds out of this is to take my finished compost, which I'm sure has weed seeds because all kinds of plants get put into it, and spread it out on a piece of weed block fabric, a heavier, wider variety than most of what's available, and spread out this sifted compost in about an 1 to 2 inch layer, cover it with a piece of black visqueen. And in 2 weeks, if that compost is wet, the seeds will begin to sprout. Once they sprouted, you pull back the plastic. After this 2-week time, you'll see the ones that are sprouted. Disturb them, turn them over, put the plastic back on, wait another 2 weeks, and all of those that are the weeds that are in there will have died, or at least sprouted and died. Then you're free to use it with almost no weeds whatsoever, and that's why this bed, we learn by example. If you plant something in a compost heap, it grows better than any place else. So there's about 6 to 8 inches of compost in here. We plant directly into that and let the plants, as you can see, go to town. As much as I can, I prefer to choose tomatoes that are indeterminate, which means, of course, they will just continue to grow and produce tomatoes and offshoots on the side. I prune these back. Say, for instance, this. If I don't pick those little kind of armpit things off of there, they'll try to create another tomato bush all by themselves. But what is handy, as you can see in this particular one, as I have a line attached up here, it's attached to a brick down on the ground just to keep it anchored. And as the tomato plant grows up, I wrap it around, and each time it tries to send out another shoot off to the sides, I snap those off. Toward the end of the season, when I want these to ripen and I want them to get as much sunlight as I can, all the tomatoes are there, they're just still partly green, then I snap off all of the greenery so they get as much light as possible, and I have basically a stick with tomatoes up and down it.